Hello, world. It is very crucial and detrimental to your progress and your process on this planet Earth if you are consumed and caught up in the negative, fear based material. It is one thing the Matrix uses to keep you in this loop of constantly giving your attention to this and that. That is just distractions everywhere. But the biggest one, I think, is the negative and fear-based material that people can't seem to let go of. That people tend to say, oh, it's nothing, it's just a good movie. Or I needed to know that information. Excuse me for laughing, but it's funny that people have said, you need to know this. I need to know what's happening in Israel. I need to know what's happening in Japan. I need to know what's happening in Ukraine. Yeah, I might need to know if I continue wanting to be in a fearful loop of my reality. But I don't need to know those things. I don't care about those things. Those things don't got nothing to do with me. See, the problem is that me, myself, I tend to focus on solely myself. I'm not caught up, inundated with nothing outside of this world when it comes to the fear-based and negative material. I don't want to hear about it. Keep it to yourself. If that's how you want to live your life, talking about negative stuff and being scared about what's supposed to happen that half the time never does happen, be my guest, but I'm telling you that the quicker, the faster that you can let go of things that come into your social media, the movies, the quicker you can stay away from the negative and fear-based material, the faster you elevate, the faster you grow. It's like you might sit back and say, I want this good life and everything, and I want this peace, happiness, and everything, and I want abundance, I want love and everything, and that's good to want or to have all these things. That's great. Financial freedom, joy, harmony in my life. That's great. But tell me, what does the negative and the fear base has to do with that? If I want all this good stuff in my life, these are the thoughts I have, then my feelings behind that needs to match it, and my actions need to match it. So when it comes to the fear-based material, somebody always talking about something that's happening, this and that, somebody telling me about something negative, this and that. What does that got to do with the life that I want to try to manifest in my life? Somebody in the comments drop a note or something and explain to me, what does negative and fear-based material have anything to do with the life that I'm trying to desire and acquire and live? Make it make sense. What does, or another question. If I want all this good, what does that do to in the process of me wanting all this good? Does it help it? Does it boost it? Does it elevate it? Does it increase it? Or does it do the opposite of that? We're dealing with vibration here, right? Vibration is, woo, it's up there, put it that way, when it comes to understanding the rules of the game in this world of school, Earth's University. Vibration is something that has been talked about and probably will go on and be talked about. So, what is the fear-based and negative material that people tend to say, you need to know this? I'm sorry, but I live in a different total reality than what you live in. I have escaped, not even, I guess you could say escape, but I have got out the matrix where it's solely based on fear-based and control. So, chosen ones, spiritual beings, you're not in that reality no more. That stuff don't have nothing to do with you. Ain't nobody came and bombed your house. From Israel or Jerusalem or a third world country, you know, as they say. So why do we tend to worry about or even entertain a lot of the stuff that's going on in the news, social media? I'm trying to make it make sense that to be cut and dry, you keep entertaining, using your energy to focus on a lot of things that's making you fearful, scared, and worry. You're contradicting everything that you want. I gotta put it out there that if you want a life of peace, joy, happiness, abundance, love, just a beautiful life, then all that is a contradiction to this. The negative and the fear-based material that people tend to consume themselves with, it just stops the growth. It definitely slows your manifestation down because you're dealing with vibration. And I guarantee you with 100% of a doubt that those things that people tend to watch that's not on the positive level, the negative and fear-based material, it has something to do with your vibration. You can't tell me that it doesn't. You can't tell me if you're into what's going on in the world and things happening and stuff, does that make you feel good and happy? Does that give you a good vibration? Watching scary movies or killings and stuff, what does that do to your vibration? And we're supposed to be in alignment with the things that we want. How does that work? All I'm saying is, the faster you can escape from that negative and fear-based material, the faster you grow. That stuff is put there to keep you at a low vibration, because that's exactly what it does. Negative, fear-based material, all on the social media, friends and people telling you about negative things that happened or could happen, that happened somewhere else in the world. And I mean, it's even all the way down to, man, did you hear it rain real hard over there? I'll be like, man, you trying to scare me or something? What are you telling me that for? I'm glad they got the rain. I'm just saying it flooded. It's a storm coming in. Y'all need to get prepared. Have everybody at the supermarket shopping and carrying on because he's scared. Then they have a saying, something like, I grew up to this saying. That's what's so crazy. I grew up to this saying, if I can think of it. It's something on the terms of, man, you better prepare for the worst because it could be. Or prepare for the worst because it might be. Now that I think about it, I'm in a crazy mind state if I need to live my life preparing for the worst. I don't have that type of energy to be focusing on preparing for the worst. I'm a person that predominantly stays in the present moment. I don't need to be preparing for something outside of this present moment. I mean, prepare for the worst because it could be. Prepare for the worst because it might just happen. Fear, fear, fear in all angles. Because you know, when somebody's scared, they can be controlled. When somebody has fear, they can be controlled. When you scare somebody, you can, back in the day, we used to say punk that person. Oh, you let him punk you because he was scared. You let him bully you because he was scared. Fear, fear, fear. We have to get out that matrix. It's designed to keep us scared and in fear. And the more that they got that control, the more people are reacting to it. You're reacting to the fear. It makes you do things unconsciously that your authentic self wouldn't do if it wasn't scared, you know? So, yeah, this video, all the negative and fear-based material, get away from it. Stay away from it. If you have stepped into this light of awakening, and they don't have nothing to do with you no more. That is somebody else's reality. To walk around and be scared and to share negativity all day. That is somebody else, and let them have that. I've said it before, man. When I wake up in the morning, okay. When I used to wake up in the morning, I used to be on that type of timing and be like, man, what else is going to happen to me, man? I started thinking about all the negative stuff that could ever possibly and will go wrong. And now it's like I get up and I'm more or less like, what good is going to happen? What exciting thing that's going to come into my life today? Or what am I going to learn that's going to make me say, wow, man, all I'm doing is focusing on the good and what good could bring to my world, and it's not the negative and the fear that I'm chasing. It's not the negative and the fear-based material that I'm focused on. That's not where my energy is going. Okay, it is so true that you really can't just be positive every day. Now, when I say that, I'm saying that it could be old thought patterns that make you like, man, that might get you down. But I'm saying the more you can control what thoughts you entertain, because from the thoughts becomes a feeling, from the thoughts becomes emotions, and from that starts the vibration. So the more you can control those things, like, okay, that was a negative thought, that was a not so good thought, but guess what? I'm not fit to think about it. That was something that would have scared me back in the day, but I'm not fit to entertain it because they really ain't got nothing to do with me. And it teaches us to be all that stuff that goes on in the world, and and the negative and fear-based material. It teaches us to be information freaks. I didn't mean to say that in a wrong or bad way, but when you're just collecting information all day that you can't do nothing about, see, it's different. It would be different if somebody was like, man, you see what's happening and over there? It's different if you can get up and do something about it. But 90% of the time, people can't do nothing about it. It's just there to make you worry and keep you at a low vibration. Stop even worrying about things you can't do nothing about. Let's start there. You're worried and scared because you took in this information. Now you took it in, you're telling people, and you really can't do nothing about it. So now I got you at a low vibration, him at a low vibration, and I'm finna call Tom over here and get him on a low vibration. After that, later on tonight when Susie gets off work, I'm gonna put her in a low vibration. But we can't do nothing about it. We're gonna sit there and worry about it and be like, oh, well, shoot, they need to do this, they need to do... Come on, man. We really don't have that type of time and energy here to be worrying about a lot of unnecessary things that we can't do nothing about. And then people will say, well, what's happening over there could affect us over here. Could, would, should, might. Okay. Okay. I'm saying, man, we're on a different path, different journey. This enlightenment is spreading like one of the best CDs that's ever hit America. I mean, this enlightened path and journey that everybody's on, chosen ones, people that's awoke, it's like the best Michael Jackson CD that ever hit. You know, it is spreading like, and that stuff, that negative and low vibrational material and fear-based material and stuff like that is just not working. I'm sorry. We put a glitch in the matrix, chosen ones. We literally put a glitch in the matrix. Every time somebody wakes up, they put a glitch in the matrix. They put a glitch in the system. Well, there's another one that's not doing what the system is designed to do. There's another one questioning dang our stuff. Man, they're going to find out the real truth. There's another one steady putting glitches in this matrix. So be aware. Don't think it's just harmless. I can watch this. And you all at the edge of the seat. Oh my God, man. That's not a good vibration. It's a vibration that you're used to. But it's not a good vibration. A good vibration, let me explain something to you. A good vibration is when you really help somebody without no return. And they're really appreciative of it and grateful for it. And you feel that. That is a good vibration. When you do stuff for others, that is a good vibration. When you're helping the collective whole, that is a good vibration. When you excel or achieve a new goal, that's a good vibration. When you're in the attitude of gratitude, that is a good vibration. And that's where we need to sort of live at, you know, on just the good side of it. And then, man, this video's getting long, but then you have people saying, well, on this spiritual journey, they don't talk about the bad thing that you're going to go through. They don't talk about the downfall, or whatever they be saying. They don't talk about the trouble you might go through on this spiritual journey. What trouble? Let me tell you, when you get out of this thinking and you start allowing that I'm learning, I'm growing, I'm getting in a line, then where is they be like demons and you're going to go through spiritual warfare. How? I don't get it. I really don't. I'm not going through and I haven't went through nothing. I've took everything as a learning experience. I took everything as feedback. When I wasn't able to achieve this, I took it as feedback. I need to do something. I need to tighten up. I need to get my vibrations and everything in alignment. I just took everything as a learning experience. So that's why I will never be talking about no bad nothing. We're all here to learn on Earth's University. It's not no spiritual warfare. But if you say it, you might come across it. They don't talk about the downfalls in this awakening process. What downfall? It should be nothing but a upfall. Not, I'm just playing, not an upfall, but an increase. It should be nothing but happiness to grow, to be awakened, enlightened, to step into this new journey. It should be nothing but that. So we're on the subject of negative and fear-based material that the Matrix uses to keep you at a low vibration, to keep you in a constant loop, to where you're like, I really want this in my life. I really want to be happy. I really want peace. I really want the love. I really want the abundance. But what I'm doing over here is so much contradicting what I really want. So letting go of that and letting go of things that's no longer serving you. And as I'm pretty sure us chosen and awoken ones, we're constantly evolving and living in a different reality. And that fear-based stuff, that negative stuff, it ain't got nothing to do. I mean, I'm not entertaining it. I'm not giving it no energy. See, and that's another thing. The more people that give the negative stuff energy, the more it perpetuates, the more it grows. And just the ongoing circle of, but we're here to be in a state of mind of learning and tuning. This is a good word. Aligning is another good word. Ourself up with our desired life. And I mean, I've run across it on this journey. Well, I'm just watching this movie. That's well, you might want to stop watching it. Well, I just got this information. They said this is going to happen. Well, you might want to stop listening to folks. Focus solely on you and your purpose so it affects the collective whole. Hello, world.